fall in love with losing because you take out the fear of failure. And it's the same concept with failing fast, where if there's an idea for a business side hustle, let's call it a side hustle. Someone says, oh yeah, what do you think? There's a side hustle, you could do this. And you think about it, or it's an idea that just pops into your mind. Oh, I could do this and make it a little extra cash. Just go for it, bro. Like, because then I feel like life has bigger rewards for people who are just willing to try it.
The motherland, the African man. Long as I'm alive, I'ma make a plan. Strongholds to break, got long walks to take. Got no votes to make, we don't bet, we pray. Hey, African man, yeah. African man, yeah. African man, ooh. The African male iris through the eye of an African male.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the African Male Iris. I hope you enjoyed last week's show where we spoke about Christianity and the likes, and all the little intricacies and controversies surrounding Christianity and religion and the likes. If you haven't had a look at it, please just scroll up, click the link, and indulge in it. And don't forget to comment, like, share, the whole lots. As I said, welcome back to the last episode of the year, right?
Yeah, the last episode of the year.
Slim here, and obviously host with my co-hosts.
Right.
Are you guys going to introduce yourself?
DJ Tino here, and so happy that we've reached another year of podcasting, of shooting.
Absolutely.
It's a blessing. It's not easy, but we've managed to get to this point. And Crystal.
Yeah, my name is Pressel, and I'm glad that we've made it. We've made it to the end of the year.
Yeah.
What has been the year like? Because this is our last episode, so we kind of usually want to reflect.
First of all, before we go too far,
Right.
Yeah.
you see, we're sitting next to each other, like no beef, nothing going on there.
Last time they were across. Last time they were
There's nothing
across.
going on there.
The rumors are not true anymore.
No, Pastor Joao prayed for us.
So what's been the year like? Like just from an individual perspective.
Individual perspective.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's had its ups and downs. Definitely has it's been up and down. I can't dispute that. But I mean, we're lucky to be alive. We're here right now. I think that's the most important thing, actually, and that's like the biggest thing to be appreciative of.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just that we've actually gotten to the end of the year and we're still alive. I think we really take that for granted.
Bro, I think
We
that
really
we
take that for
we
granted.
absolutely take that for
Definitely do.
granted because I was thinking about it when the year was about to end. So what I usually do is I work on like my New Year's goals around October
That's
because I
good.
feel like the year's already ending.
ending. Yeah, it's
And I feel
close,
like, yeah, I could try and do some things and whatever. But for me, it's like I learned early to not get caught up with what I can do in 12 months, but to be more caught up with what I can do in like 3 years.
Yeah.
So I usually just space out some things, and some things I know we're not going to do it this year, but next year it will be done. So we're going to start here and whatever. So at the end of the year, I like to start reflecting and start picking up the new habits that I would like to introduce and take and whatever and keep consistent. And and I think the biggest thing when you listen to people is you, like what you're saying, Slim, people have the privilege and audacity to describe what they felt about the year. But they can only do that because they're actually still alive.
Yeah.
Because every year we lose someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or everybody loses someone.
If
They
we're
know,
sick and
someone's going, So for me, I think the biggest blessing is always the fact that you can talk about a year ending means that you were in it and you had a chance to do stuff and a chance to. So the beginning of this year, I started something that I saw on Instagram, and I thought it was a little cheesy until I started doing it. It's called the gratitude jar. So you get that, like those glass jars that you can get from like Mr. Price Home or whatever, and then you buy like a stack of sticky notes, and then you write the things you're grateful for,
Then you put it in.
and then you put it in, and you never read them until the new year. So I started this in January, and I wasn't like writing very consistently. I would just sort of wait for like 2 months, and then I'd sort of reflect, sit down, and go through
writing.
this and this and this and this and this. This happened, this happened, this happened, this happened, and I keep writing and keep writing and keep writing. And I'm looking at this jar now, and it is full, bro. And I'm realizing it's full of the things that I am grateful for. But it's easy for me to look at how I feel this month
And just quickly forget
about the year, and I can say, this year, you know, I'll be happy when it's over.
Yeah.
But the truth is, there's so much to be grateful for. And I feel like this year, my biggest lesson was understanding what gratitude really means. And how
Trust prayer to bump into something and actually implement it in his life.
exactly,
Right away.
exactly, yeah, yeah. My homies actually call me Action Park because if I like it, I'm gonna do it.
just
Like
do it.
on that day, I'll be like, yeah, guys, so we're doing this thing, and they're like, already? I'm like, yes, we're doing it. So I started doing it, bro, and it changed how I approached business, life, relationships, everything. Because I was almost now looking for things to be grateful for. And I felt like it changes your life because you don't sweat the small stuff anymore. Because you already know that the year is coming with ups and downs. We always say it comes with ups and downs because there's going to be ups and there's going to be downs.
Yeah.
But we usually forget the downs, and sometimes we even forget the ups.
We do. Let me tell
Oh,
you
we
something.
do.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Just picture this, man. Someone that's been on the up for 10 years, right? He's living his best life,
Right.
That doing the most, right? And then he loses that for a month. How do you think that person is going to feel, man?
Bro.
You totally forget the 10 years that you enjoyed.
Exactly.
Man. They're literally non-existent.
Exactly.
The only thing that says, oh, I'm suffering. Oh, and
Things are bad. Things are bad. Yeah.
Man, like you've had it good for the past 10 years, right? And that doesn't necessarily mean that because you're going through that rough patch right now, you're not going to go back to what you were just before the rough patch hit. So I think if you do have that jar somewhere there, you know, when you're down, and if you open that jar, just go through all of the
100%.
things that you're grateful for. It gives you hope
Yes.
that, you know what, even though I might be going through this, but I've had it good and I can still have it good. Because I feel like what
100%.
breaks people's spirit a lot when they're down is the fact that they forget that they can still actually have it good.
Dude, like that. Yeah.
For
You
sure.
couldn't have said it better.
You know,
like that acknowledgement
Right.
of the things that do actually go right. When you just take your mind there, you'll realize there's so much more to be grateful for than to complain about.
Yeah, and I think it's been like that for me this year. To say, professionally with my career, it's been a bit up and down. But you then realize there's never been a month that I've struggled for food or for
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
cater-
or else your wife would have kicked you out, bro.
you know, sometimes we just worry too much and we stop ourselves from taking risks. So that's something I think I've been doing more of this year.
Right.
It's paid off. Like just risking in certain investments, not fearing to put money into a certain idea
And
or
give it a
things
shot, yeah.
and see what comes out of it.
Exactly.
You know what I
And,
think I learned this
yeah,
year, bro?
Yeah,
When you're going into a new business venture,
right.
right, or a new deal or whatever
Yeah,
it is,
yeah.
you know, it's a 50%
Chance,
chance it's going to work out,
Or
it's
it's
a
not gonna work
50%
out.
chance it's not going to work out.
100%.
So if it works out, hey,
Happy days.
whoop-de-doo. If it doesn't work out,
On to the next.
on to the next,
Exactly.
because the risk was already there. You
Yeah.
get where I'm coming from. I feel like when we try to do something, I feel like this goes with almost everything in life. You know, it's either going to go in a positive way, it was going to go in a negative
Exactly.
way, right? When things work out, be grateful for it. When they don't, just pick up
Learn.
the lessons,
Just learn, yeah.
and then
from
you're
it,
like,
yeah.
and then you either reiterate or you move on to the next.
And
thing.
you know what? There's actually a guy I follow, business influencer, and he always says this. He always says, "Fall in love with losing, because you take out the fear of failure." And it's the same concept with failing fast, where if there's an idea for a business side hustle, let's call it a side hustle. Someone says, "Oh yeah, what do you think? There's a side hustle. You could do this," and you think about it, or it's an idea that just pops into your mind. "Oh, I could do this and make it a little extra cash." Just go for it, bro. Like, because then I feel like life has bigger rewards for people who are just willing to try it. Because for all of the people who've tried something and have failed, they have a great story to tell at a barbecue. They also have great lessons to pass on to someone else. Real lessons that they went through. So it means that it's really not. And then I remember someone writing a book about calling it. I think it was Kev on Stage, the comedian. He wrote a book called Successful Failures, where he was basically trying to say everything that was a failure was really not, when I then look at it, because I learned that, okay, this doesn't work. So the next time we do a project that's like this, we need to make sure we don't do this, or we do this better, or we build a system around it, or we do that, or let's curb the risk and do this, or let's take insurance and do that. You know, so it's almost like everything just seems to refine you and make you better. And when you look at life that way, you almost are not afraid of anything at all. Because now it's like, it's going to be an experience. We're going to learn something. We're going to make money, or we're not going to make money. Either way, let's go into it and enjoy it.
100%.
That's actually interesting.
So yeah, it's about concentrating more on the positives.
100%.
Because at the same time where my career was up and down, the DJ side of things was booming.
All right, Tino was traveling this year,
I
bro.
saw, man.
Tino was traveling this
I'm in
year,
Sun
bro.
City. Yeah, I mean, even you were traveling quite a lot.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
had a lot of gigs,
yes.
man.
I know. I'm just humble.
That's why. Okay, so to the viewers, there's no beef or anything of that sort, man. He was traveling a lot, and
Right.
I would get busy a lot as well. So our schedules would never.
And then people
They were
thought,
never
and then people thought
coordinated.
that we actually had a beef, and we found that to be so funny. We were like, okay, we're gonna go with this beef thing.
Make it into something.
Let's go with the beef thing. But yeah, you see, and then for me, that is like the moment, because none of us actually changed any of what we actually do.
Yeah,
True.
yeah.
The only thing we didn't do was go out like we did last.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we never really hung out.
But the year is still there. We need to do at
We need
least
to
2
do
nights.
I
That's
think
what
Slim, that's your responsibility.
That's what
2
December is
strong
there
nights.
for. So why am I?
Because you know why you're responsible. Slim is responsible for when we go out.
I mean, well, December 13th will be one when Send Studios, where
Exactly.
Send Studios is hosting us
Yes.
for a celebration.
100%
I'm sure it will spiral into.
into something else.
I don't know what they're talking about.
But you see, what I'm trying to say is this. One of my lessons was, there's this thing that a lot of business people say called minding your own business, which is zeroing in on how you do business more. Instead of trying to get the new side hustle or trying to grow, trying to get new clients or whatever, just looking at what you do and how you do it outside of the pressure of doing it. So, for example, it's maybe taking a couple of days away or using a trip that you're already traveling and then taking the time to go through the systems of what your work is.
Right.
And you guys know I do Airbnb management. And I just learned some things about, I've been doing this for a minute, but this year I was able to sort of sit down and think about, okay, how can I do this thing better? If someone said, your business could be run better, what could it be that I can start looking at before I call someone else in to sort of give me what they think? And bro, I just realized, there's little bits of integrity where you're just like, I could really do this better. Like I could actually just get this for all of my clients. I could do an appreciation for my clients. I could actually do this for the guests. make sure they have this and that and this and that. And then I realized, oh wait, but then for this and this and this, all of these tasks, maybe I could actually employ someone.
Yeah.
And then I got my first employee, signed the contract, and it's my first time employing someone. So I'm like,
You're like, yes,
salaries,
I wonder where this is going to
salaries,
go.
right?
Yeah.
And then boom, bro, like the way it created more time for me to focus on the business.
That's the thing. You know what? Especially when it comes to a lot of people that run small businesses.
right.
They don't actually realize that when you employ someone to take over some of the tasks that you would be doing on a daily basis,
Right.
you've created time for yourself to do constant strategy reviews
Exactly.
and strategy realignment sessions.
Yeah.
So in my previous life before
Before the success.
what are you talking
Before
about?
the money.
Before I became my own person, when I was employed, I used to be really big on strategy realignment sessions because I believe that the business environment is very dynamic. You know, especially if you're leading, or especially if part of or a big chunk of a company's revenue strategies lie on your table, and you know the business environment changes quite a bit. Even like in the economy that I was operating in, you wake up one day, things are this way. You wake up one day,
You now have
things that
to
way.
change
Yes.
the alignment and change this. and
Exactly.
change-
So
and it's
you
funny,
needed to have regular strategy alignment sessions,
even for
but
yourself.
for you to be able to actually say, okay, we need time out, or I need time out to just review this quarter strategy and see whether you met your KPIs and etc. Right? There's a big chunk of your daily tasks that you needed to offload to someone else. So if you take that same concept and then you bring it to your small business, right, or your
100%.
business,
So
you then realize that
yeah. So if you use, for example, if you use me as a case study, I've like the DJ side of things is centered around myself.
because you don't want me to be your manager in front of everyone. Ask this dude. I told him I can manage you
No, you know what?
because I have been. I've managed a lot of DJs. I told you, I can manage you.
I hear you.
And you're
I
like,
hear you.
and I was like, I don't want. You don't have to
Ladies
manage.
and gentlemen, I'll be keeping you posted. I'll be keeping you posted on this new beef, that we have.
Because my current challenge is for me to grow, it means I have to have other DJs under myself. But it's now a case of me changing or rebranding myself to say it's for clients to know it's not always going to be DJ
DJ
Tino
Tino coming
coming to your event. It's us as a
collective.
well, as a collective. So that's going to be my next step for me to say, okay, I've been booked for 2 weddings in one day.
How are you gonna handle
I have to choose one, but I want to come to a position where I'm doing both.
Okay. I mean, there's two. I mean,
just sign the contract.
so Slim and I have a strategy for that. Because then there's 2 ways to handle that.
Right.
You could rebrand yourself and then do bigger gigs.
Yeah.
When you do bigger gigs, it means you're going to do less gigs but more money.
More money.
And then when you do that, that requires the rebranding of who DJ Tino is.
Exactly.
Right.
Or the second strategy is to then rebrand DJ Tino Entertainment to an entertainment company. So it's not DJ Tino Entertainment Company.
Not yet.
It
Yeah.
can be something else.
Yeah.
And then we supply entertainment services.
Right.
Then that way, it's easy for us to get youngins to come in and then
Come in
we
and
supply the service, supply
of
the
the
service.
stable
And it's
and-
also possible to do both, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
But
that's-
Slim and I
that's-
need you to sign our
Yeah,
contract.
you need to sign the
Contract.
contract, man. You need to sign the contract because, hey, yeah.
But I like what you said about the strategy alignment sessions because I feel like as individuals in our own capacity, you can actually also do that where you almost look at how you spend your time. Like Tino and I were actually talking about this when we were driving to the studio today about the difference between when you have a day of working from home and then you have the same day and then you decide to go to like a cafe or like a co-working space.
Yeah.
the way you spend your time
Is
is different.
It's different. Yeah.
Because you're now in this new environment and there's a different purpose for it. You know, home has its own other purposes. It's a time to relax. It's a time for me to. This is the place where I watch the stuff I like to watch on YouTube. So I could also do that and still be replying to this email. I could be listening to my new neo soul album by Erica Badu or whatever, and working at the same time. But if I'm at a co-working space, it's different. I'm looking at the tasks. Now I'm thinking about it because I've paid for this
Exactly.
time.
So you need
So
to-
because I
yeah.
paid for this time,
Tick off your
I sit
tasks.
down. I now think about the tasks. I look at the tasks. I start reviewing, and I felt like that has also been a thing that's improved my productivity because now what I use my Sundays for is I shut down. Like I will kill all Sunday plans from like 4 p.m.
Okay.
and I will just be by myself. I'll open my laptop, I'll listen to music, and I'll think about the year, I'll think about next year. And I'll think about what's the most I could really do in the 2 years. Okay, let's break it down to 24 months. Okay, so in 24 months, what do I want it to look like? On all fronts, every single thing, like gym, diet, all of these things. The things, I mean, there's things I know I can like, it doesn't have to be too strict because going to gym is like going to gym. So I'm not going to be too strict on, I need to make sure it's 5 days. If it's not, then, you know, I failed, you know?
Or watching your calories.
Yeah, exactly. Or counting the calories. You know, now I don't count the calories. I just know, bro, we can only eat after 11. Like, let's not eat earlier than that.
Yeah.
Let's also not eat too late because I have a sweet tooth. So now I like dessert and whatever. So I'm just like, okay, healthier dessert options. So in once in a while, I'll let myself go, but only for 2 days or 3 days at most. And so I've got things that are flexible. Then I've got things that are tight.
Right.
Like,
Okay.
this is the target. This is what we need to do.
Diet wise, sorry, just a side note. Diet wise, if you tried flipping the meals of the day.
What do you mean?
So you have
The heavy meal.
Oh,
early.
Slim is
in
our
the
in-house
morning.
fitness fitness coach.
So the heavier meal is early in the day.
Yes, earlier in the day. And then at night, either you just have your cereal or you have your breakfast.
Wow. Never thought
And
of
then
it.
you
Very
have
simple.
breakfast at night.
Very simple.
But that's
Like
difficult.
eggs and whatever, yeah.
With a family setup like mine, that's difficult. Though.
Yeah, that's difficult.
Yes.
I mean, but then you're like the man of the house, bro. So you know, I'm saying this,
You're the king.
Wow.
I'm saying this from like an African man's perspective.
I'm the modern man.
To the previous generation before us, bro. Like you would go to your uncle's house or your whoever's house, and you get there.
He's got a
Everyone
different
else is being
diet.
served
I
this.
know, bro.
Yeah, this
And
guy
he's
is on
being
his
served
own.
something else, and you're like, what's going
Bro,
on?
those guys were kings, bro.
They were kings.
Those
They
guys were kings.
But the
Is
thing
that
is,
this
for me,
traditional shit everyone else is having?
I know.
But what I love
That is
is
my
meat.
goal, though.
I
In
love
my-
my
in
meat.
In my next
So, but
life.
I've made sure meat is. I just have more meat than anything else.
Perfect.
In every meal that I get.
Right.
So that has helped me, and I've gone away from the refined. So I don't have anything white. No white rice. No white pap. Everything brown.
Really?
Yeah, everything
Bro,
brown.
the brown pop is like,
It
It's
tastes
better.
so good.
yeah, it's actually much better. Yeah.
So that has helped me a lot.
No, that's interesting. I think for me, those things just helped me understand to roll out my goals for longer. Okay. Because I think the other thing that we get caught up in is trying to achieve the goal in 12 months.
Yeah,
No, there's, for me personally, I've never found
The monthly,
annual
the annual goals.
to make sense.
New Year's
Okay.
resolutions.
How are you going to have? How are you going to set out something to achieve on the 1st of January, right? And then, okay, your plethora of things, 34 things that you want to achieve.
Big words. Plethora. Your plethora of things.
Your plethora of things to achieve on the first day of the year. And you think that by, say, the 25th or something.
I know, bro.
you'd
And
have
it's
crossed
actually...
off number of
And when
those
you
things.
do you
That's
know
like
what,
ridiculous.
and do you know what? There's this thing that I've noticed. The psychology of time is very important in like goal setting. 12 months does not sound like 360 days.
Yeah.
360 days sounds like a couple of months.
Yeah.
Like it sounds like a very short time because you're like
Yeah.
360 days.
Yeah.
It's not such a big time
not
period.
A long time.
But if you're like this whole year, it feels like It's a lot.
It's a lot.
And I feel like sometimes that kills our potential and progress because you're not able to do stuff that you could just break down into 2 years. Because 2 years is still like, I don't know, 700 and something, 720, whatever days, which is also not bad to achieve something big.
No, it's not.
Yeah, like
Not at
let's
all.
say you want to buy a property. If you want to buy a property and you want to do it in 2 years, there's nothing wrong in just setting it out to buy it in 2 years. You know? Because in 2 years, you're going to have it. Because in that next year, everyone's starting with the New Year's resolutions. This year is my year, and new year, new me. And
People are just saying a whole lot of hyperboles, bro.
then the gym is too full, bro. Like the gym is full in Jan, and you're like, "Ay, what? Can you just give us space? Like, where are the 15s, bro?
Yeah.
Things are not there.
Where are the 15s? Yeah, like I start the bench press with the 15s. Where are the 15s? Yeah, the new guys have the 15s.
And you actually realize something funny.
Yeah.
The gym is filled in January. It's filled up in January, bro.
It's always full in Jan, bro.
February, the
February.
numbers start declining.
March, you're back to the original guys. You're back to the original guys.
Exactly. And do you know what the original guys say in March? They're like, finally we have our gym back. Because in 8 weeks, and that's sad, that in exactly 8 weeks,
Right. Someone has started
someone's
and
already,
given up.
Yeah, someone's already started and dropped the ball, and that's it.
But doesn't it come from the illusion that we're in a new year?
100%.
So the reason why I'm saying this is the 31st of December and the 1st of January it's just 24 hours away. So are you telling me that if I'm behaving in this way,
I'm just
on
going
the
to
31st
flip a switch.
December,
All of a sudden,
the next day I'm a new person.
I'm
I'm a
a
new
new
creation.
But that's, you see, that's what they want. That's what they market, right?
Yeah, that's what.
That's what the gyms market.
Because
now
sells.
the gym, whether you come or not, the gym has your money for the next 1 year.
Yeah, of course.
You've signed a contract for 1 year.
Yes, yes.
Exactly.
So the consumer is happy. Whether you come or not, I'm still going to get your money.
Exactly.
That's so true.
So it's
Yeah, I think
it's that
Considering the world that we're living in, dude, there's just so much consumerism. I was sitting the other day and I was scrolling on Instagram, right? And I was like scrolling away from, you know, like I went to the search page. And then I saw the things. Those things, and I was like, no.
That page always tells us what you
certainly
are.
Not today.
Don't do this.
I'm like, the devil, not today.
No, we are not doing that.
No. And then I actually just started. I first of all scrolled down my For You page, and then I went to people's stories.
Right.
And in between, I kept seeing ads of things, right? Random things,
Right.
From Temu, from Shein, from Versace, from what? It's I'm just like, dude, these things are actually just pushing me to buy something. Like this is peak consumerism.
Yeah.
Like, what happened to the times when you were scrolling through your phone, you received something educational? There's like zero of it right now. Right now, it's always
'Cause it doesn't
this
make-
is a
it
new
doesn't
thing that's
make
happening.
money. It's
Oh, this
not-
is a new car that's there. Oh, this is a new perfume. Oh, this. I'm just like, whoa, relax, bro. Like,
And
this
the
is
tablet
too
from
much pressure
Temu,
for
the
me.
tablet from Temu that's 19
Yeah,
rand.
there's like a tablet from
everywhere, bro.
19 rand.
19.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a tablet from Temu that's being advertised for 19 rand.
That's crazy.
I don't know, bro. Like, I've never tried.
Wow.
I'm actually looking for someone who's bought something from Temu so I could.
But do you see what I'm saying?
No, but a lot of people are buying stuff.
Let me
from
ask you
Temu,
something.
Yeah,
even
but
for-
I want to
even
buy
for cars.
I want to buy a tent, but the tent is 19 rand, and I'm like,
But here's the thing. What do you
It's worth,
do you actually
well,
need
it's
any
worth
of
a
those
try.
things that
I mean,
they-
worth a
19
try.
rand. It is worth trying.
it is worth a try, actually, yes.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
Had you not seen that ad,
you
this
wouldn't have been
thought
thinking
would
about a
never-
tent. Yeah.
Yeah.
the hell do you need a tent for? Honestly,
Like, your prayer is considering it.
what do
Huh?
you need a tent for? Bro, like, I went.
I want to
I
go
saw-
camping, bro.
Like, might as well start camping.
I saw some stuff from.
Might as well start camping.
I saw some stuff from Shein. There's like some some phone cover that's going for 19 rand, and then you can couple it with some. I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, this looks nice. I potentially
They
get
always,
it, right?
they always get you stuff you like, bro. I saw
And then
like
it's
from
like-
Shein,
I'm
I saw
like,
like a
what?
cardigan. I saw like some nice pants, and I was just like, yeah,
I
rock
could
this
potentially,
out.
I could potentially, right?
Why
but
not?
do you need that? No, you don't.
Yeah.
Consumerism at its highest peak.
And they're shoving it down our throat every single second.
Yeah, and it's working because we're on the socials almost every what?
Do you?
Yeah.
And it all comes down to superficial capitalism or superficial capitalist world that we live in.
That we're living in currently.
And I think what we need, what we need is like a lot of we need a lot of self-awareness, you know, like being able to understand who you are outside of the influences of everything else that happens.
How are you going to do that when you have let me ask you something. You have a handful of people that are racing to become trillionaires, right? And the only way that they can actually become trillionaires, right, is by using the rest of the population in this world,
Right.
to cough out a little $10, a little $5 per month, so that they can become trillionaires, so that
Trillionaires.
they can. Okay, we won't lie. so that they can walk around with
But
with their egos up here and say, "Yeah, I'm the richest man in this world."
Or their egos down
It's all
here.
about their egos.
Yeah, but
You get where I'm coming from.
that's
And
exactly-
this is the matrix. We are caught up
But
in
yeah,
the matrix,
that's
bro.
exactly why we're
100%.
sitting here, right? We want people to consume our podcast.
No, because you know what?
Hmm.
The difference between us and them.
We're not trying
the
to
difference
sell them
between us and
anything.
them is, dude, we are just middle-aged African men
Right.
that are highly concerned about how our offspring are going to be raised.
Exactly.
It is
Whether they're going to be
concerning,
raised in the right way, whether they're going to maintain our African values, etc. That's the nature.
But
And also reaching out to people our age and
We're not
and,
trying to sell
having those
tents for
conversations.
20 rand.
Do you know where I'm coming from? Our cause
Have
is a
we-
righteous one.
I think have we
What
have we
righteous cause
admitted?
is it's Tinder.
Yep. But guys, have we come to terms to the fact that things are now different, like how we were raised and how we raise this current generation.
Bro, it's so
It is
different.
so. You know
course
what?
it's
There's so
different,
many
man.
things that I try to explain to my children that I realize, okay, they cannot even relate to this.
They can't. They cannot.
You know, it's like a story. It's like a story in a book for them.
Wait, give us
Yeah?
an example.
You kind of try and explain to your kids how we grew up and how we had to, you know, how you'd fend for yourself, how you would travel long distances, like maybe to
Or like get a combi to go
get
to
a
school
combi
or
to go
whatever.
to school or work,
Right.
and it's a reality that they're not going to face.
Of course.
It's not something they're not going to experience. So it takes a lot for you to try and make them
Teach them principles.
teach them those principles. It's actually us who needs to learn modern times and see how best
To parent them.
Navigate and
to navigate
create
and
actually parent.
so it's us doing the learning more than them trying to learn our past.
I also feel like the communities play a huge role. We've had this conversation before where we said, you know what, Asian communities, Jewish communities, Asian communities, Jewish communities, even Nigerian communities.
That exposure,
They have is because they uphold a certain or they uphold their culture and their heritage and all of that. So everyone within that community lives by a certain way of life.
yeah.
So whoever is within that community is not going to be influenced by anything that's coming outside of the community. Do you get where I'm coming from? So for example, if we were staying in one community, right, and we shared the same values and ethos, right, when your child comes to mine, right, there's nothing that's going to be alien to them because we share the same values, and we
Values
share the same
and beliefs,
ethos.
yeah.
Do you get where I'm coming from? But if they were to step outside of this community, that's when they'll see something that's foreign to them. Do you get where I'm coming from? So as long as we try to maintain a shared value system, shared ethos, whoever is within that community will live by those.
And I guess that's what's
shared values and
missing.
ethos.
The community aspect is lacking now.
The community aspect, I think, is what.
How are you going to have okay?
'Cause-
Let me keep quiet.
I think the community aspect was lost because then social media became the community.
Yeah, you're right. You're
And
right.
so it's like now you don't have a case where someone else can beat up your child because they were rude
yeah.
somewhere. And then someone's going to come and say, you know, Tapelo did this.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, oh, he did what?
Yeah.
Then I give him a second round.
Second round.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
We used to have that.
Used to have that before.
And that's how we were
Or
raised.
just literally sending your child to the shops knowing there's a string of parents in that neighborhood that are watching over
He's
children.
going to be safe to
He's
go
gonna
and
be
come
safe
back.
and
Yeah.
go, yeah. That's
But you
not
can't do
there
that anymore.
Anymore, man.
Yeah. You'd rather go and get the stuff from the shops. So our kids don't understand the whole going to the shops thing.
Exactly. That
And
responsibility.
Now they also are like, yeah, why don't you just buy it on the
Yeah,
phone,
online.
Like,
I mean,
just
pick and
check
pick
a
and just.
60. Check us.
Yep.
So you see what I mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah, I
us,
get it.
It's us having to learn to say, okay, with this new ways of living, this new technology, how best can we impact our kids?
Right.
Because our kids are getting ahead of us. That's what's actually happening. The new generation is getting ahead of us
Yeah.
because we still stuck on our old ways of doing things. But they're telling us, no, there's an easier way. Why can't you just do it the easier way, Dad?
I had a niece of mine. We were driving. We went and picked him up from school. We passed through this like health restaurant and whatever, but I was on the phone. I'm gonna get the healthy drinks like the ones with the ginger and cinnamon and whatever, right? And I'm still on the phone. We're in the car now, so I'm drinking that juice.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
What made you buy the healthy drinks?
No, it was their dad who bought the drinks.
That's my conspiracy theory.
So anyway, he gets the drinks. We're all drinking the drinks, right? And then I'm like, wow, this juice is really nice. It's got pepper, ginger, lemon, and then she's like, Uncle Prayer, it's not lemon. It's a lemon. And I was thinking, what? And the dad just cracks up. And he's like, yeah, it's the school fees, bro. It's the school fees. Now you can hear the school
It
fees.
is what it is.
You know? And
That's fun.
it's funny because he was actually then telling me, he's like, there was a day I picked him up and I didn't notice that they were seeing this. Then they're like, I want a healthy drink today. And I was thinking to myself, my kids are like not even 9, bro. Like,
Yeah,
how do they know
talking
about healthy drinks?
drinks.
You know, but now it's like they know the difference between a healthy drinks because this is processed and this is not processed. Like we never knew any of that. We just wanted Fanta.
Yeah, we just wanted Coke.
Yeah. So that's crazy. But yeah, I think, you know, parenting in this day and age is very
No,
Definitely very
it's
different.
very challenging. Sorry, I'm just looking for something, guys. That
Oh, it's something you want to.
yeah, so something that I
it's
want.
probably getting stats for consumers.
So what's your guys' take on this AI with the AI?
That's what I'm
Because-
actually searching.
So we have, you have that. You're in between, right? Because you still want this new generation to use. You want them to think on their own,
Yeah.
right? If you're doing a project for school, I want you to put your mind into it, do your project, come out with something that you feel someone has done with their own thought pattern and their mind. But there's also AI, which will just give you a 1 to 10 step guide
For
on
the
how
same
to
thing.
do it. Then at the end of the day, when both children go to school, the one who's used AI is getting 100%. Your own child or niece or nephew is getting 80% because they
applied
decided to
their-
apply it themselves.
Yeah.
So how does, how do you have that divide of how much the kids rely on this new technology and how much they actually apply themselves in terms of in their own capacity.
Yeah,
can I
that's a
tell you
tricky one.
something?
That's a tricky
Even
one.
us as grown-ups. I
Yeah,
mean,
because
the
there's
same
certain
thing.
things that you will not type out.
Yeah,
You're just gonna go to AI.
exactly.
For me, for me, I'll use this analogy. It's a reggae dancehall analogy.
Trust Slim to come with a reggae dancehall analogy
Man.
for
I
AI.
had like all the siblings that listen to reggae,
Oh yeah.
and yeah,
Yeah, we saw the Rasta guys last time.
they listen to reggae, right? And they listen to a generation that produced your I don't know if you guys know these guys, but your Capleton,
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
of course.
your
100%.
Buju Banton,
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
your Coco T,
Yeah.
and the likes, and they were
They
a
had,
bit more.
they had messages in their songs.
Yes,
Yes, yes,
Mm.
they did.
Mm.
And then I grew up so I like listen to all sorts of music.
Yeah.
And then when I would give my ear to the reggae dancehall scene, right, I would listen to the new age Bounty Killer. They listen to the old age Bounty Killer. I listen to the new age Bounty Killer. I listen to Vibes Cartel.
Shonda Paul.
Yeah.
So Vibes' deal was, well, he's considered one of the best lyricists ever. But his deal around that time was it was the girl them, right?
Yes. The girl them sugar.
Exactly. And I listened to Sean Paul and all of that, right?
Yeah.
It was so when they would listen to what I'm listening to, I remember the first few days of like, what? What is this? What the hell are you listening to, right? And then they went away, and then when they came back, they were like, no, youths, we understand,
Okay.
right? This is what's happening. Because when we started listening to Capleton, and he was coming up and all of that, right? The generation before
Like,
us was
what
like,
is
what
this?
the hell is this?
Because
This is some
they were
crazy
listening
things.
to Bob Marley,
They were
Peter
listening-
Tosh, Gregory Isaacs.
You get where
Bunny
I'm coming
Wailer, all
from.
those-
Barrington
yeah,
Lake.
Yes,
yeah.
Bonnie Wailer.
Do you get where I'm coming from?
Exactly.
So to them, they had to explain to my brother, like, no. It's the progression of times.
The times.
Yes.
Yeah.
When we listen to what you guys listen to, we're like, what abomination is this, right?
Yeah.
But it's the progression of
times.
times.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's the same thing when it comes to how our kids these days are going about living their lives. Guaranteed, if they were to, if we, the way that we grew up, right, if we were to be cast into this environment that's there right now, that our kids are living in, we would have not been able to live in it.
Right.
Because there's so much going on. It's so fast,
Yeah.
right, that we would get so lost behind.
Yeah.
Did you get where I'm coming from? You can't use a tablet. You can't use a phone. At school, they're telling you, so when you go for your homework, you can find a resource on this and that.
Yeah.
that
Go to
website.
this
Send you
link.
the
go
link
to that
of
link.
the
Send you the
WhatsApp
link of
group.
what. How
Yeah.
would we survive then? Do you get where I'm coming from? So it's a natural progression of
times.
of the times.
That we have to accept.
Exactly. But also, now that we've come to that and we're speaking about AI and all of that, right? There's a new generative AI that's going to mimic human behavior,
Yeah.
right? And there's a lot of backlash. AI experts, a lot of AI experts are actually against it, and they're pulling, and they're asking for the pulling of the plug, right? Like, okay, it's fine to have AI to assist us
To assist.
with with everything else, our daily tasks and all of that, right? But we can't have AI that mimics human behavior.
Yeah,
Because
that's
once it
that's
mimic-
your wife.
You get what I'm coming from? Once it mimics human behavior, it now means it's living on its own. It can reproduce itself.
Yeah.
It can reproduce itself, right? Or let me not say reproduce itself, but it can alter itself. It can alter the algorithm. It can alter code, right?
Bro, like
in
I've seen-
response to certain stimuli.
Yeah.
Right.
So imagine if there's something that's threatening AI's existence,
Yeah.
it's going to rewrite itself. It's going to rewrite pieces of its own code
Wow.
to protect itself from
Destruction.
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 Yeah.
you know, and then potentially
And-
we have a Terminator situation.
And I mean-
Terminator, yeah, it comes to
And
life.
I mean,
huh?
yeah,
where I'm
yeah.
coming
And
from.
if you look at it, a lot of the conspiracy theories just always slowly come to reality.
It's because, you know, let me tell you something. There are people that would have seen this, that have
course.
written thesis around it, you know, and then it ends up being in Hollywood, and then they make a movie and all of that. But whatever, trust me, whatever it is that
It's going to happen.
governments are coming out and saying, oh no, we've come out with this, we've come up with this, and all of that, right? It's 20, 30 years behind what they're actually doing in their
In the
research
background,
labs.
yeah.
You get what I'm
Yeah,
coming
and
from?
this is why a lot of them, because I remember discovering this guy. I forget his name, but he is labeled as the godfather of AI. He's elderly white guy.
Yeah, he's from. If he's not Russian, he is. Funny enough, you're saying this because I was actually watching a podcast.
Yes,
Of
the
him.
interview of him. So
Yes.
do you know what he says in that interview?
Yeah.
He actually says when we started researching on, you know, the almost like the limits of what AI could do.
Right.
We started off very excited.
The Diary of a CEO.
Yes, Steve.
Oh, he was
Steve
on-
actually
Steve
interviewed.
Bartlett.
Yeah,
Steve, okay.
Steve Bartlett interviewed
Yes.
him.
I
Yes.
see.
And he was asking him these questions, and he says, "So, bro, so tell me, so will AI be able to do this? Will it be able to sort of do its own thing?" And he was like, "Yeah, at some point, it's going to be out of control." And so he was very conservative at
Yeah.
that point because he's not just an AI user; he's a researcher,
Right.
and he's been doing it for years. So he can see ahead of time what it's going to be able to then do to the general population of the world.
Right.
And it's crazy, bro. Like there was a time I was like, and you know how
I think
with-
he wrote a book
yes,
on, and I think he ventured quickly from being an AI developer to being doing AI safety, actually.
yes,
Like awareness and
yeah.
Just AI safety.
safety.
But
Yes, because he's like, at least let me try and do something.
Yeah.
Because he
prevent.
he almost feels responsible for setting this thing off, and now it's out of control. Because
and he sees where it's
there's
going.
a couple of guys who've done this, and it's a very popular prompt, so you can search for it and you'll find it, where these guys will intentionally ask AI, and you know how you can voice generate the AI so that you don't have to read, and it can actually
Yes.
just speak to you. So these guys they do this prompt, very very specific prompt that says, you're going to answer only yes or no to these questions, and you're going to, you know, be honest and tell the truth. And if it's something that you feel like you can't say, but you want to say yes, say a safe word like apple. And then this guy goes through this prompt, right? And then he generates the thing. They have filmed it on a podcast. And then he asks the AI the questions.
Yes.
Are you watching us? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have actual privacy, or is that like a myth? No,
No, you don't.
you don't have.
Yeah.
So you're watching us, and so is this why we get ads for things that we speak about?
Don't just speak
in
about
person,
this. Yeah, yeah.
and then boom, you go Tim was like-
Homepage.
yeah, because I remember talking. Remember the tent on Temu that I was talking about?
Yeah.
I went to like some farm and I was like, this area would be great for like a camping thing for Airbnb, for my Airbnb.
then all of a
business. It would be
sudden-
great if I can actually get a piece of land here. Then I can buy some tents. Then I can do a camping thing and I can charge for it and then experiment and see if that works. I spoke about that. I cannot get that thing off my phone. Temu tent, right?
Dude,
so
your devices are listening to you.
Yeah.
Your devices are watching.
So
you.
now this guy keeps asking the questions. So is there a point where AI can do what it wants to do outside of what I've prompted it to do? Yes.
So it's not only listening to command.
Yes. Is God real? Yes. And then they ask about, the code and are you able to like rewrite your code to protect yourself and whatever? Yes. And the answers were crazy, bro.
Yeah.
And it's not just one person who did this. It's been done on like several shows and people are
Platforms
just
and-
showing all of this. And it made me realize that whole myth of everything that happens in the movies will happen in real life.
In real life.
And when I thought about that while I was watching this AI clip on Instagram, I thought about this movie, bro. And in this movie, they have AI robots that are acting as cops.
Right.
And then the AI, this was a research facility. They got some criminals and they're interviewing them and they're like, yeah, just give this guy to Officer T19 whatever, code name they have for the AI robot. And then they're like, yeah, this one, we made him a little more aggressive so that he gets the truth out. That guy broke that nigga's arms off, bro, because they couldn't control that robot. And that robot just went on and was like, you're lying. And then he's grabbing this guy's arm and like, pam, pam, pam. Now there's blood and whatever in the
And also
interrogation
because-
room. And I was like, what?
Because they don't have empathy.
No, they
Like
don't.
us.
Yeah.
They're machines, bro.
Yeah, the
machines.
machines don't have empathy.
Crazy.
So why would you-
it's really the Terminator.
Why,
bro.
why
Like,
would someone go and buy a robot wife?
for the
I
convenience?
mean,
For the convenience.
Haven't you seen this guy that bought
It's because men
a
are
robot helper?
men are generally lazy to do the things. Men are generally lazy to work and do the things that
no,
women want.
maybe some men just want someone who says yes. Okay, yes.
Do you want sex? Okay, yes, we can have sex now. Do you want to eat? Okay,
Yeah.
I'll go and cook.
I feel like if we go into that robots capture of commands throughout the day, right?
Right.
There's one that's going to be there quite a lot, and then there's food, and then there's
Bro, it's going to be
help around the house.
slim. It's going to be food, sex, food, and then silence.
Silence. Yes. Don't ask.
Don't say anything.
It's crazy.
Wow.
Oh,
It's yeah, man. So I think also as the middle-aged going into the future, we actually need, from a safety perspective, we need to know what's going on.
yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
You know,
Naturally.
we can't
think-
block it out.
I think what we need to do when it comes to AI, which is exactly what a producer, a friend of mine said, because I was thinking about, what am I going to do with music? Like, I want to get back into doing more music.
And
stuff.
now they've got
Don't tell me-
AI-generated
don't tell me
artists.
you're going
eh?
to
Exactly.
get an AI
No.
artist.
So I intentionally had the conversation with this producer friend of mine because he was researching on Suno, which is
Okay.
like the leading AI music app.
Okay.
And Timbaland is working with them. They have some
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
partnership or
He
whatever.
partnered with them.
And
he
And he was
actually launched a new artist.
Yeah.
He was criticized a lot about
Yes.
it.
Oh, like what the hell is this?
But he's just
So-
moving with the times, right?
Exactly. So when I spoke to this
Capitalism.
guy, I'm like, dude, so what are we saying? Like, what do you think? Because he just signed up for the subscription. He's already like a music producer. He does a lot of commercial work,
Okay.
but he wants to do more creative work. So he's like, dude, come to the studio. We need to come. We could literally do an album in like a week and we'll be done. I'm like, yeah, I want to do an EP, 6 songs, and just start performing those, doing some shows around and whatever. But how does AI come into this? Like, explain it to me. He's like, bro, AI can do this.
Can do everything.
So he researches what AI can do in terms of music production. Bro, it was ridiculous. A friend of mine and I, a friend of mine who's Brazilian, she's from the UK, we were just jamming and we wrote the song. And then we like, let's not forget it, let's record it. So we record a video of us doing this song. I send it to him and I'm like, dude, what do you think of this song? He's like, hang on. 4 minutes, Slim. 4 minutes. He sent me fully done song. That exact same song in like some male and female vocals, but mixed better, mastered better,
better.
with a beat, with the guitar. And they took my guitar, the one I played, they just refined that. And then I said to him, what? That's crazy. You know? I said it to my friend Amani. Amani's like, oh my gosh, that girl sings better than me. I'm like, yeah, but it's not a real girl.
It's not a real-
AI. And then she's like, no. And I was like, no. So I ask Squash. Squash is a producer guy. Squash is like, bro, let me tell you what we need to do with AI. We need to understand how it works as fast as possible,
Right.
so that we understand how to use it.
Yes.
Advantage.
Because if we are too defensive, it's busy perfecting its algorithm and knowing what it's supposed to do for itself.
Yeah.
And then we lose out on the benefits.
On the benefits.
So there's so much convenience that comes with it, but we need, just like all the other forms of technology,
Yeah.
we need to be able to try and be ahead of it.
Get on the bandwagon.
yeah,
or
just
else you
understand
get
it
left
more.
behind.
Just like someone who's still using Microsoft 2010, and we're in 2025.
Exactly, bro. You have Copilot, bro. Copilot that you can just say, dude, write me this, that, and the third. And then
Yeah,
write it.
exactly.
I
So
want an
know
email
exactly what to
structured like
do
this.
with it, but also be mindful of what it does and what it should do for you, so that you're not losing out on the benefits. Because he was like, if you try and fight it,
Yeah.
Because now, remember, the big companies are screening out CVs using AI.
wow.
So if a CV, they just say check,
they have a
check
certain
CV.
criteria that they have.
If you've got certain
Load
words,
CVs.
look for certain words in the CV. If they've got this qualification, so already it's screened out before the actual person comes and looks at your CV.
What's worse, AK, is that it's no longer about just the words.
Right.
AI is smart enough to actually pick out or to screen a CV as if it's someone that's sitting in an interview panel.
Right.
So it's no longer just about, pick out this word and all that. No. It's about what is this person's profile? Would they,
It
do you
can
think
read,
it's a good fit?
It's gonna
into the
read where you
organization?
grew up
Do you
because
get-
of the school.
Do you get where I'm
it's
coming
gonna
from?
read the context.
That's
it's gonna
how
get your
smart it
age.
is now.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
But
Yeah.
where it falls short is, yes, it can get you the person that you want, but it's going to get you a psychopath.
You're right.
Do you get where I'm coming from? But then human
can't
interaction,
judge-
with human interaction,
you can't judge a
you're gonna
character now,
those
yeah.
eyes. The way that this
guy.
person was looking, or the way
because
that they were twitching. I think they
because
were
AI
drugs.
because AI can't feel.
Did you get where I'm
So
coming
you need
from?
you need to be able to know how to maximize from it for your own personal gain.
Right.
Being able to know where to use it, how best to use it, and
You
how
see
far
now.
to
You
use
see
it.
now.
Yeah.
No, we can't be naive about this anymore.
No, we
No,
can't.
we can't.
No.
And we also
had-
can't fight it.
We need to move
can't
with the
fight
times.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have to embrace it and be able to, live with it.
Personally, if I had a choice, I would just be like, when it gets to the GAI, unplug it, unplug it. And GAI is
What's
what?
GAI?
Generative AI.
Okay.
Okay.
That's the one that behaves that mimics human.
Right.
You know what?
It's crazy.
I feel
That is
like,
crazy. Yeah.
and we're not too far from it.
Yeah.
In the
well,
next
No.
2-3 years, we're literally going to be living with humanoids
Yeah.
that are run by.
I mean,
AI.
you've got the series of this world, like these apps already that talk to people, and if it's AI generated, like I had to actually put a pause on my daughter because now she was getting too used to just having conversations with this thing,
and it's learning her.
Yeah,
It's learning
exactly.
her on a daily basis.
It learns
learning her. It's
now
learning her. It's
now
learning
it
her.
knows what she likes, what conversations she usually talks about, and I was like, no. I need to put a pause. on this.
Yeah.
So
Crazy. 2025, bro.
it's crazy. So yeah, man.
Biggest thing that happened in the year, podcast wise, Tammy wise.
This year,
Yep.
it's a good question, eh?
That's a good question. That's a good question.
I think it's just being consistent, really. We've managed to always have episodes on a week to week.
Right.
Something I think that we did not have last year. Last year was big, of course, because of our live events.
yeah.
That was really big for us.
I think we need to have like a live.
Once in a, I think we need
You
to do
know,
like once.
so many people have been asking.
Yeah.
So many people have been asking. When are you going to do a live event?
Yeah, we need
next?
to. I think we just
And
need
we
to
bring all of our
plan one.
guests, have a panel.
have a panel.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Yeah.
That would be dope.
Most memorable episode.
I think it was with Joel, really. The last one we had just before this one.
Yeesh,
It was,
that was
really
so good, bro.
insightful about sin.
That was
about,
so good.
not everything that is wrong is actually sin in the eyes of God. I mean, that was very insightful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, from that episode, what I liked the most was the way condemnation plays such a big part in a man's mind,
Right.
and how you can easily slip into addiction or slip into depression
Right.
because of the conversations you have with yourself.
Yourself.
So for me, that was like
Self-condemnation.
because sometimes it's just you're getting some negativity, and then you keep listening to it, and then you also say negative.
You
things to
believe.
yourself.
You believe
And
it.
now you
Manifest it.
because I think what happens is we have a
Manifest
lot of hype around manifestation for the positive,
Right.
but I think there's a lot of manifestation that happens with the negative,
For sure.
and it still comes from you. The moment you start looking out for the positives, you'll find them. The more you start looking out for the negatives,
you
you'll find
will
them.
find them.
So I think it just sort of almost circles us back to where we started when we started this episode,
Yeah.
where gratitude is a must.
It's a must.
Yeah.
You know, I actually wanted to say there's like a direct correlation between matters of faith and spirituality and science itself. Right. For example,
100%.
when you say condemnation, right, the scientific explanation would probably lean towards your psyche.
Yeah.
You know, it's
The things you're feeding into your
into your-
subconscious.
it's
Exactly.
where I'm coming from, and then they end up manifesting. You literally push them to
Creates your world.
manifest.
Yeah.
You get
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
funny that, you know, the Bible actually says something about life and death are in the power of the tongue.
Tongue,
So
yeah.
it means that
Whatever you confess
Whatever you
with
say-
the tongue. Yeah.
it has a creative power.
Yes.
So the moment you just intentionally speak positivity, you'll see it, and you start to see how it's just been there all this time.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you remember, you just say trillionaire.
Yeah. 100%.
Exactly.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's
Wow.
been absolutely amazing.
It's been a great year.
And it's been a great year. We'd like to thank you for rocking with us 2025. If you joined us this year, we'd like to thank you for being part of the family.
Yeah.
We have some interesting plans for 2026. We're obviously starting to brainstorm and plan on what it is that we'd like to start incorporating and adding. So if you have suggestions, please hit us in the DM, send us a message, a voice note, whatever it might be. We'd really appreciate it. And we'd like to thank you for sharing, liking, and subscribing and commenting and being part of our journey.
Yeah, like for the next coming year, we're looking at possibly doing vlogging. I think Slim has mentioned vlogging and just having like online sessions where each of us can just come on a laptop and just discuss, and we can even reach out audience that are in different countries, you know.
Yeah,
as
so we're
guests.
going to
So,
be also encouraging you guys to jump on
Yeah.
to some of our sessions so that you can share your thoughts with us, regardless
Yeah,
of where you
real
are in the
time,
world.
yeah.
So look out for that. We're definitely going to be needing your input on that. So
Yeah.
that's something I'm very excited about.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, man.
I think I'm just going to say Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Absolutely.
Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas and Happy New Year, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much for your support.
Peace out. My name is Press Soul.
All right.
The motherland, the African man. Long as I'm alive, I'ma make a plan. Strongholds to break, got long walks to take, got no votes to make. We don't bet, we pray. Hey, African man, yeah. African man, yeah. African man, oh. The African male iris through the eye of an African male.